This is the student dashboard. Once the student takes their placement test, their STAR score will appear on their screen as well as their ZPD. With this information, myON will make some suggested reading for the student. So the suggested reading or recommended reading will show up down here at the bottom. So they will get recommended reading based on their ZPD score and also based on their interests. Okay, so the student will see many recommendations which they can choose to read, or they can just go back to the top on their dashboard and they can browse on their own. Once they click on browse, they will have many options to select from. All they need to do is click, and then they'll get many selections. Okay, so they can browse through there, and once they see something they like, then they can go ahead and start reading right there on the spot, or they can save the book for later. So for example, if they're interested in reading this book right here, then all they need to do is click on the little red tab, which will add it to their favorites list. Okay, so let's say they want to read this one, The Giant Ground Sloth. They can add that to their list. So up at the top, it'll be saved to their list. Okay, so these are the books that they're saving for later. If they would like to remove the book, then all they would need to do is click on Remove, and then go back up to my list to refresh, and they will see that the books are gone. So they can either go to the recommended, that's recommended by myON, they can browse on their own, or they can conduct a search. Okay, so they can type in their topic on their own. Up here at the top where we have projects, that is something that we'll discuss later. This is where the teacher can assign books for student reading. Okay, so we're going to go over that at a later time. We also have this tab up here, which is like the little profile for the student. So the student can see their progress. You can see their score and how many minutes they've been reading. Then we have interests. This can be redone and saved at any time. At the very beginning, when the student first comes in, they are going to get this page. It's called the interests page, where the student can decide what books or topics they like the best. Okay, so if they like books about animals, then they would go all the way to the right and select the happy face. If they like hobbies, then they would click the happy face. If they don't like sports, or if they like them a little bit, then it depends how they feel about that topic, and they decide what they want to enter. When they're done, all they need to do is make sure that they save it, and then it'll be updated. So the next time they log in, then myON will have some recommended reading for them. Then we have the activity. So it shows what books they've opened up, what books they've clicked on, which ones they have finished, which ones they have rated. Then we have their journal. So when they have their book, when they're reading their book, they have the option to make little notes in the book, and those little notes that they have made will appear on this page. Then we have the option for them to change their avatar. So they'll probably have fun with this one. Yes, you know your students, they like to change their avatar. So they have many options to change their little picture, which make it a little bit fun for them. And then we also have the profile. On this one's actually printable, so maybe this is something that you can put in their reading log, or you can send home. Once they're done and they're ready to log out, then we have the little log out button, this little red button, that's the log out button. Also, students have the option to AR test, and it's directly linked to that. So when they hover over the book, if it has the option for AR test, that means that it is an AR book. Like these books, right here don't have that option, so they're not AR at this time. They may become AR later. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of them that are not AR. These are not good examples. Okay, so I'm going to go back up here to the library. Then I'm going to go to Browse, go to Animals, and then I'm going to go to Pets. Okay, so if the book is AR testable, you're going to see that it has that little tab that lets you know that it's AR testable. So let's say, for example, they read the book, a pup shows up, and they're ready to AR test. All they have to do is click on that tab, and it takes them to the login page. The students do not need to log in since this is linked to Clever. They do not need to log in. All the student will have to do is click down here on the little Clever tab, and it'll take them right in. Okay, so we need to just remember that the students do not need to log in. All they need to do is click on the Clever tab. So this was just a little quick introduction to the student dashboard. I hope your students enjoy using myON. Thank you.